Years passed quietly at Stoneheart Haven, nestled on a hill outside the very town where Daniel had first enlisted. The land was hard, but he knew how to make hard things yield. He planted gardens with the children, taught them to mend clothes, to fight if they had to, but more importantly to protect one another. Word spread. Kids came from all over. Orphans, runaways, the forgotten and the unwanted. Daniel never asked questions when they arrived. He only looked them in the eye and said, "You're safe now." He lived by example. Woke early. Shared his meals. Told stories at night. Not of war, but of resilience, of survival. When children asked about his scars, he didn't give them pity. He gave them truth. "Pain makes you tough," he'd say, "but love makes you strong." One gray autumn morning, Daniel received a letter. No return address, just his name in careful script. He almost threw it out. But something in the handwriting stopped him. "Dear Daniel, asterisk if you're reading this, I probably don't deserve your time. But I heard what you're doing. Stoneheart Haven. Kids, the good you're doing. Asterisk. Asterisk I wanted to say. Sorry. I was a coward. I watched your father break you and I said nothing. Not once. Not even when it would have saved you. Asterisk. But you, God, you became something bigger than any of us could have imagined. Asterisk I was your mother. I should have protected you. Instead you're out there protecting the world. Asterisk. Asterisk if you can't forgive me, I understand. But I want you to know, I'm proud of you. Asterisk. Love. Daniel read the letter 3 times. Then he sat still for hours, the paper trembling in his calloused hands. He didn't cry. Not right away. But that night, under the stars, he read the letter to the children gathered around the fire. And when he finished, he said softly, "You don't have to stay broken. You can become something beautiful." When Daniel turned 60, he was slower. The war wounds had caught up to him. His knees ached, his breathing was shallow. The doctors warned him, asterisk, "You need rest." Asterisk. But Daniel wasn't built for rest. One stormy night, a van pulled up to the Haven's gate. A girl stumbled out, blood on her shirt, bruises on her arms. She couldn't have been more than 12. Her name was Aya. She wouldn't speak for weeks. Wouldn't look anyone in the eye. But Daniel knew that look. It was the same one he used to wear. He spent every day with her. No pressure. Just being there. One morning, she sat beside him on the porch and whispered, "He used to say I was nothing." Daniel looked at her, eyes soft and strong. "He was wrong," he said. "You're everything." Aya became his shadow after that. She helped him in the garden, read to the younger kids, even stood up to bullies. She found her voice. Because someone had seen her when no one else did. Just like Daniel once needed. Years later, when Daniel passed away quietly in his sleep, the world outside Stoneheart barely noticed. But in that home on the hill, over 70 children wept. They buried him under a fig tree he had planted, with his favorite jacket folded beside him. No medals. No uniform. Just a simple plaque that read, "Daniel Stoneheart Osei." Asterisk he turned pain into purpose. He turned orphans into warriors of hope. Asterisk. On the day of his memorial, Aya, now grown, wearing her own military uniform, stood before the crowd. "I was just a broken girl when I met him. He never asked where I came from. He only told me where I could go. He didn't save my life. He gave me a reason to live it." She saluted. Others followed. And across the country, a new branch of the army would one day open a youth rehabilitation division, modeled after the place Daniel built with his bare hands. They would call it the Stoneheart Program. Because sometimes, the strongest soldiers aren't the ones who fight in wars. They're the ones who survive them and build something better.